Okay, so you would see a bunch of things out here. So we believe in the four pillars of health, and we advocate our philosophy through lean. And I'd like to share that, healthy is not just about what we eat or how much we exercise. Healthy is actually, being healthy is a combination of a couple of things like lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and our nourishment that we get through nutrition, how these combine together to positively or negatively affect our behavior, our energy levels, our ability to learn, and so much more. Coming to lifestyle, lifestyle is basically how we live our life. Unfortunately, today we have to practice physical distancing where we are not allowed to mingle with friends and family, but that doesn't have to weigh us down. There are other ways to keep up with your connections, and we could still have a good, connected life by phone calls, text messages, and things like that. So, we can define in our own way how we would like to live our lives. An important tip that I'd like to share with you that you might want to try, since we're all trying to build our immunity here, is to when you get up in the morning, have a glass of warm water and squeeze a whole lemon in it, because lemon is obviously very high in vitamin C. It has high pH levels, and we know that, COVID has pH levels between 5.5 and 8.5. So when you take foods that have higher pH levels, they boost your immunity. So try that, a glass of warm water with some lime. I will move on to exercise. Exercise is so important because it helps improve our quality of life. It helps us lead a longer life, a fuller life. And just because we're sheltering in place, that doesn't mean we cannot exercise. Exercise could be done even at home. There's something called isometrics, which some of you might have heard about. It's simply holding and flexing your muscles. So you could do that even while sitting down. So it's very important to keep moving, and whatever that might be for you, but make sure you get your bouts of movement throughout the day. The tip that I'd like to share out here is whenever you get to make your tea or coffee, try doing 15 squats every time you do that. So, and see the energy level that you get after doing that. So that would be the tip for exercise. So you don't have to program a whole hour. Even if you can get your bouts and do little things, that adds up at the end of the day. Moving on to attitude. Attitude is simply, having a mindset where you see and you recognize opportunities. We'd like to term it as having a Zen attitude, where you think of life as something that is not happening to you, but something that's happening for you. And even in adverse situations, we try to learn from them and see, how would this make us a better, more enlightened being. So that's called having a Zen attitude, where you actually turn it around and think of it as an opportunity. There are lots of things we could do to keep that positive set of, thoughts. I'd like to make a playlist where I put in different melodies, and that is always a mood enhancer for me. So you might want to try that. Just create your favorite song playlist and see how that works. It definitely lifts me up on days that I'm down. The last bit of the lean piece would be nutrition. Now, nutrition is a very important factor in our overall well-being. And you might be thinking that, oh, do I have to eat any special kinds of foods in order to stay healthy? And, what's the secret? There really isn't one. There are no special foods, but we do encourage you to have a diet with real foods, which is whole grains, legumes, beans, fish, lots of colorful fruits and vegetables, nuts. And one important thing I'd like to make a mention of in nutrition is to get enough protein. Especially as we age, we need protein for the repair and recovery of our cells. And as we age, there is a risk of sarcopenia, which is basically a loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. And you want to make sure that you have adequate protein so that your cells have enough time to repair and recover themselves. And I would think about 15 to 25% of your daily calorie intake should come from proteins. And in order to get that in during your day, you might want to try maybe a spoonful of flax meal powder in your smoothies or in your daily chapatis, or even having a handful of nuts if that's just something easier for you to grab. How we live our life, is dictated by a combination of all these four foundations, which are lifestyle, exercise, attitude, and nutrition, and they combine well to keep us going forward and keep us going for long.